Tonight's top diplomatic thunderclap comes from Donald Trump's own Truth Social feed, a post that rewrites years of U.S. anti-drug strategy in the space of 2 sentences. President Trump now says he'll grant a full and complete pardon to former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernández, a man convicted of helping move 400 tons of cocaine toward the U.S. The same Trump who built his political identity around being tough on drugs, tough on cartels, and tough on foreign traffickers, is now wiping clean the record of a leader the U.S. Justice Department called a central player in an industrial-scale trafficking conspiracy. Hernández, who ran Honduras from 2014 to 2022, is serving 45 years in a U.S. federal prison. Prosecutors said he took millions in cartel bribes, used state institutions as a personal shield, and handpicked which traffickers got extradited, not for justice, but to protect his own political power. And yet, Trump now describes him as someone treated very harshly and unfairly. The timing is deliberate. Honduras goes to the polls this Sunday, and Trump has thrown his full weight behind conservative candidate Tito Asfura, sending a message that U.S. support hinges on a pro-Trump government returning to power. But here's where the story jerks into contradiction. This is the same Trump who designated drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. The same administration that launched lethal airstrikes on suspected trafficking vessels in the Caribbean and Pacific. Operations that were later condemned by the UN and human rights groups as extrajudicial killings. In Trump's worldview, drug traffickers aren't criminals, they're enemy combatants, except, apparently, when they were once U.S.-friendly presidents from Honduras. According to prosecutors, Hernández was the ultimate double agent. He cooperated with the U.S. on extraditions while simultaneously protecting traffickers who paid him bribes. In court, the DOJ described him as someone who protected and enriched the drug traffickers in his inner circle. So why does he now get compassion and a presidential pardon? Well, Trump says that, according to people he greatly respects, Hernández was treated very harshly and unfairly. That's why. Contrast this with Trump's posture toward Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro. For years, Trump has painted Maduro as the world's premier narco-dictator. The Justice Department indicted Maduro in 2020 on drug trafficking charges, and Trump openly supported efforts to topple him. Trump still calls the Venezuelan government a criminal drug enterprise. He still backs sanctions, indictments, and maximum pressure. He still frames Maduro as an existential threat. U.S. strikes against alleged drug boats in the Caribbean have been underway for months, along with a U.S. military buildup in the region. In the latest, Trump has announced shutting the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela in its entirety, signaling bigger action. Yet Hernández, whose conviction mirrors the DOJ's case against Maduro almost line for line, is suddenly a misunderstood ally, a victim, and a man worthy of a presidential rescue. The answer may lie not in law or security, but in politics. Honduras' current leftist government under Xiomara Castro is close to Cuba and Venezuela, the 2 regimes Trump labels failed dictatorships. Her party replaced Tito Asfura's National Bloc, the same conservative bloc that worked closely with Washington under Hernández. A pardon now acts as a geopolitical signal. Bring back the old order, and Washington will reward you. Trump's own message says it openly. If Asfura wins, the U.S. will be supportive. If he loses, the U.S. will not throw good money after bad. Sunday's Honduran election is now overshadowed by Trump's intervention. A U.S. pardon for a convicted trafficker, political endorsements, and veiled threats about foreign aid. It's a dramatic re-entry of American muscle into Central America's domestic politics, a throwback to an older era of Washington influence.